Hello, grade 1. Okay, so this video will be talking about the genre and be reading the story together. Okay, so we said that the genre is the type of story. The last 2 weeks, we took a genre called realistic fiction. Okay, a realistic fiction, we said the story is not real or made up. Okay, the story is made up or not real. But the events or the things that happen in the story can happen in real life. Today, we'll be reading a different type of story. Okay, this week we have something called informational text. Informational text. Okay, and in an informational text, it's a story that tells you facts. The word facts means that it gives you real information. Okay, it gives you details that is true. Okay, what kind of facts will the story give you? It will give you facts about real people, real things, or events. Okay, again, an informational text or a nonfiction tells facts about real people, things, or events. So while you're reading the story, you'll find details that are about real people, or about real things, or about real events. Alright? You'll also find real photos. The pictures that are in the story are not drawings, they're real photos. Okay? What else? It may have text features. Okay? You'll find parts in the story that shows you that this is an informational text, such as headings. What are headings, Miss Amy? Headings is like a short or a small title before the paragraph. Okay? So, what is the title of this of the story? Neighborhoods. Okay? So the title or the name of the story is called Neighborhoods. All right? Here, there's another name here. This is another title. This is the heading. The heading is like a title before a paragraph. What is a paragraph? Is a group of sentences that tell about one main idea. Okay, let's make it easier. So, what is the name of the story? Neighborhoods. Okay, here is a short story. So, to give you an idea what the story is about, it gives you a heading. It says places. So before you read this story, you will know that the story is about places in a neighborhood. Okay? So the heading is like a small title that tells you what this story or this paragraph will be about. It will be about places that that are found in neighborhoods. Okay? You'll find it on top of a paragraph. Okay, it says here, neighborhoods, places. There are many places in a neighborhood. There is a market where people buy food. There is a school where children learn. Okay, so as the heading said, that it will be about places in a neighborhood. And it says that in a neighborhood there are many places. Okay, so the heading is telling you about what this paragraph is about. Many places in one neighborhood. And it gives you 2 examples. A market where people buy food and a school where children can learn. Okay, so an informational text is a story that gives you real information or facts about real people, things, or events. And it can have a text feature. Text feature is a part of the story or text that gives you an idea that this is an informational text. Okay, such as the heading. The heading is a small title before the paragraph. Okay, here in the anchor chart, it says here, places in the neighborhood. So you have to keep in mind that you'll also find heading. What is a heading? what the section, why do they have heading? It tells you what the section or the part is about. And it helps you find information. Helps you find real information from the story. Okay, here are 4 preview vocabulary word. We have the 2 directions, right and left. Okay, left and right. Guard is the person who watches and protects, and crosswalk is the street where people cross or go from one side to the other side of the street. Okay, here it gives you an idea about the author. The author is the person who writes the story. What's her name? Janet Klossner. And it tells you here that she grew up in a big city where streets were busy with traffic day and night. So this person grew in a big community or big city where there are many streets and the streets were busy with traffic. You guys remember today we said that traffic means there were plenty of cars on the street day and night. So that means in her streets, in the streets in where she lived, there had many cars, many buses, many taxis on the street during the day and at night. She has never forgotten how important it is to look both ways before crossing the street. Okay? She said that there were so many traffic in her street that she always had to look left and right before crossing. Remember what we said in class? Why? Why do we need to look right and left? So we don't get hurt and we can cross the street safely. Okay, let's look at the cover of the story. Here we have the title. Where is the title? Here. Look both ways. What's the title mean? It's the name of the story. Okay? Who wrote the story? It says written by Janet Klossner. So she is the author. Genre, informational text. Again, a story that gives you facts. Okay? We also looked today at the picture and we said that, and I asked you, what are these people doing? You told me they're walking on the street. So what else are they doing? They are crossing the street. How are they crossing the street? They are looking, they're the adult. Okay, she's looking and talking to them and looking both ways before they cross the crosswalk. The crosswalk here is the street that has the white stripes. Okay. All right. The first thing that you see here is the crosswalk. Okay, what is this? The crosswalk, how do I know that this is a crosswalk? Because we took it in the vocabulary word, but what else? There's a label. Remember, guys, we said that in a diagram, there's label. What is a diagram? Remember the first day when I showed you the picture of the traffic lights? And we looked at the 3 lights, the red, the yellow, and the green. We saw that near each light, it tells you what each light tells you to do. Okay, so that is called a diagram. A diagram is a picture that has labels. The labels tell you what the picture is or what is the name of the part. Okay? I can go back and explain it after we read the story, okay? Just so you guys can refresh and try to remember. So this is a crosswalk. How do I know? I know from the label. This is a label. Okay? Here is the first heading. It says lines. The heading is like a small title that tells you what the section is about. What is these lines about? It says here, what do these lines in the street tell you? Okay, so there are lines on the street. If the picture in my book is different from your book, don't worry. We have the same sentences. Lines show a safe place to cross. First, look both ways. So, on the first page, it says here in the heading, lines. Okay, what do these lines in the street tell you? The lines tell you tell you or show you that it's a safe place to cross, that it's safe for you to cross the street. But first, you have to look both ways. Okay, we have to look left and right before you cross. It says underline the label that helps you find the crosswalk in the picture. So if I ask you to underline, we would go back and underline this label. This is the label. Okay? But what if I ask you to circle the heading? This is the heading. Lines. Okay? Next, crossing guards. This is another heading. Crossing guards. What does this guard tell you? If we look at the picture, we see that she has a sign. What does this crossing guard tell you? She tells you to stop. Okay? She can tell the people walking on the street to stop, or she can tell the cars to stop so people can cross. She is a crossing guard. Crossing guard is a person who protects and watches the people cross the street. She helps them cross the street safely. Okay? Walk when this guard tells you it is safe. First, look both ways. Okay, so when can we cross the street? When this crossing guard tells you it is safe. You can cross now. But before you cross the street, what do? You look left and right, both ways. Okay? It says here, why does the author use the heading crossing guards? Why does the author put crossing guards? So you can know that this part of the story is telling you about who the crossing guard is. Next, on the next page, we have pictures. This is this is another heading. Okay, what does it say? Pictures. What do these two pictures tell you? We have, these are also signs that we are supposed to see on the street. Okay? All right. Okay? These two pictures. How do we know? We know from the labels. This picture tells you to walk, and this picture tells you to wait. This label tells you that this picture tells you to wait, and this label tells you that this picture tells you to walk. Okay? And these people cross the street safely. Okay? On the next, I know my book has different pictures, okay? But the same words. It says, walk when the picture shows a person. So, these girls would cross the street when they see the sign. If there's no crossing guard, they would go and look. They would go back, and when they see this, they would cross the street safely. Okay? When there's no crossing guard. See, they're crossing now because the street sign has a person walking. That means they know they can cross the street. It says, walk when the picture shows a person. First, look both ways. Right? Okay. The next heading says safety. Safety, look at all the traffic. How will you walk safely? Oh, here we have a heading. It tells about safety, how to stay safe. Safe means that you're okay. You won't get hurt. Okay? And it says, look at all the traffic. Do you guys remember what the word traffic is? Okay? If you don't remember, here's a picture and here's a label. If you look, you'll find many cars, many taxis, many trucks. So traffic means there are plenty or many cars and buses on the street. The question here says, how will you walk safely? How can you walk when there's so much traffic? What should we do? It says here, look left, look right, look left again, then walk safely. Okay, so before you cross, you must look left and look right, and then look left again. Here is a glossary. A glossary is usually found at the end of the book. Okay? There are picture glossaries, and this is something that you will take later on. Okay? So a glossary is found at the end of the book. It tells you the meaning of words, but don't worry about it now. Don't worry, okay? Here, the glossary shows you the meaning of the word crosswalk by showing you pictures. Okay, it's showing that this lady and the children are crossing the street. Okay, this is a crosswalk by using pictures. And it shows you that the meaning of traffic by showing you pictures. Okay? Okay, and you're supposed to do this for homework. And today we also answered page 121 and 121. Okay? Thank you for listening, guys.